All right, last video for today for Algebra 1 half lesson 7. This lesson is reviewing multiplying and dividing decimals, also reviewing estimating, which I want to emphasize what I'm looking for if the problem says to estimate. So letters A and B say estimate and then evaluate. The estimate should be something you can do mentally. If you are showing your work for the estimate, then it's not really an estimate, right? Estimates should be things answers we can quickly get in our head by rounding the numbers to something that makes them a lot easier to work with. So for letter A, my estimate for this is just going to be 40 times 2 equals 80. That's it. That's my estimate. 44 is close to 40. 2 is close, 2.14 is close to 2. My estimate's going to be 80, right? I'm not doing like 44 times 2.1. I mean, if you did 44.2 and you got 88, that's fine. I'm saying you can make it even easier than that. And the point of the estimate is our estimate should be relatively close to our actual answer. Now, I want to just talk about the procedure here. When we multiply decimals, I have to count how many decimal places there are. In this case, there's 5 decimal places, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total decimal places in the problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means my answer is going to have 5 total decimal places. So I'm going to do 4, and then I'm going to take the decimal out when I actually do the math. So I'm going to do 44612 times 214. Okay. For time's sake, I'm not going to go through all that multiplying. You will be doing that on your own, but I just want to emphasize what we do with the decimal then at the end. Once you do all that multiplying, you will get 9546968. Okay. Everyone knows how to do multi-digit multiplication. I know 5-digit times 3-digit, is kind of tedious, but those are the digits you should get at the end when you add everything together. And then my decimal point of my answer needs to be 5 spaces over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is my answer, 95.46968, or 95 and 46,968. What is that? 100,000ths. Okay, so however many decimal places are in the problem, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's how many need to be in the product as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. For letter B, I want to talk about the estimate here. I'm going to make this 5 times 0.06. Now, I don't really want to estimate to 5 times 0 because that's going to be 0. That's clearly not a very good estimate. But 5 times 0.06, I can do that mentally because 5 times 6 is 30, and then I have to have 2 decimal places, so it's going to be 0.3. Okay, that's my estimate, right? 5 times 6 is 30. If I put 2, if I move the decimal over 2 spots for 30, I get 0.3. And then when I do my multiplying here, I will get 3, 3, 4, 0, 8. And then I'm going to have 5 decimal places because I have 5 decimal places in the problem. So I see that my actual answer and my estimated answer are pretty darn close. Here, my estimated answer is not quite, it's a little bit off from my actual answer, but it's still, not too far away. Okay, so estimate, then estimate, and then, I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Estimate, and then find the actual value for these 2-part problems. Okay, division. All right, first thing I do before I divide is I have to move the decimal over, so I'm dividing by a whole number. And then I need to move the decimal over for here as well. So my new problem is 43,240 divided by 27. Then I'm going to move the decimal straight up. Okay, so now I have my problem set up. I always, and you could do this over here as well and just keep it a little neater over here, but ultimately you're doing 43,240 divided by 27. I have to move the decimal over the same, however many places I moved it over here to make this a whole number, I need to move it over the same number of places here. Okay, now I do my division, and I'm going to go through the division part pretty quickly just for time's sake. I don't expect you to do all this mentally. Actually, 6 times 27 is 162 exactly. So key point here, I had 0 left over. I bring the 4 down. 27 goes into 4 0 times, so I have to put a 0 up there. Then I bring a 0 down. 27 goes into 40 once. 27, 13 left over. Bring the 0 down. I'm going to end up rounding this to 2 decimal places. Okay, that's what the instructions say. So 27 goes into 130. 5 would be too much, so it goes in 4 times, which would be 108. 22 goes in, 8 times 27 is 216. Again, I'm not expecting you to do this mentally. I'm just doing this for time's sake. Bring the 0 down. Okay, so I have to go to 3 decimal places for my answer because it says to round to 2 decimal places. Well, I have to see what that 3rd decimal place is to see if I'm going to round up or down. Since it's a 1, I know I'm rounding down. My answer is 1,601 and 48 hundredths. All right, good. Letter D. Okay, so 52 divided by 18. This is an example of I have 2 whole numbers, but my answer is going to end up being a decimal. So actually, I'm going to add a decimal and 3 zeros in here because I know I'm going to have to go to the thousands place potentially for rounding it to the nearest hundredth. 2, 36, 16, 0. That's going to go in 8 times. 144, 16, bring down the 0. I'm going to go in 8 times again. I see I'm going to have a pattern here. It's actually going to be, the 8's going to repeat. But that means my answer is going to be 2 89 hundredths because I'm rounding to 2 decimal places. And I have to see what the 3rd decimal place is to see if I round up or down. And I'm going to round up. Okay? So decimal multiplication division, Algebra 1/2 lesson 7. Email me at any time if you have questions, of course.